Well, hey there, you guys. I hope your day is going wonderfully so far. And if not, remember, you can turn it around with your thoughts and boost your mindset. Today, I wanted to start a conversation about small steps and how impactful small steps can be. A lot of times when we are reaching towards a goal, we can think that they have to be such huge steps in order to get there. So, one of my favorite questions to ask is, let's pretend you're working towards something. You have a goal in mind. And then I would ask you, okay, so let's scale that on a scale from 1 to 10. 10 is that you've reached that goal, everything is absolutely as perfect as can be. You wouldn't change anything about it. And 1 is the complete opposite. Where would you put yourself today? And I also think it's important to describe what that 10 is, like really get all the details in there. What are you doing? Who are you with? What's different about your life? All that good stuff. Get as many details about that 10 as you can. And then once you decide where you are today, so let's say you say, okay, I'm at a 3. So instead of saying, okay, let's get to that 10, we're going to say, what can we do to move from a 3 to a 3.5? And then you start implementing that step. You can also be aware of what would take you backwards. What would take you to a 2.5? And then make sure that you put in some preventative measures so that you don't go backwards. And that small step from 3 to 3.5 is still very powerful and can definitely get you where you want to go. It's taking you towards your goal. And then once you've accomplished that 3.5 and you feel really good about it and you've got it down, then you can decide what will take you to a 4. And then you start doing that each half step, because small steps count and they also need to be celebrated. So every time you take a small step towards your goal, feel good about it, celebrate it, and whatever that means for you. Whether it's doing a happy dance around your home or you just cheer, woohoo, whatever it is, make sure you celebrate the small victories and the small steps that take you towards your goal. This reminds me of that story. I don't know if you guys remember circulating around Facebook, but it was about this little kid who was on the beach shore, right? And there's a ton of starfish all over. And he's picking them up and throwing them back into the ocean. And then an adult comes up to him and says, basically, what he's doing is pointless, that it's not going to make a difference. There's too many starfish to make a difference. And then the kid picks up a starfish and looks at the adult and says, it makes a difference to this one. And he throws the starfish back into the ocean, right? So even though he knows he may not be able to get every single starfish, he's able to make a difference to the few that he can. And those are small steps that are very impactful, that can be life-changing. So the same is for your steps. Even if it's a small one, it can still hugely benefit your life. It could even change your life, right? For the good or for the bad, depending on what you're doing. So if you're going towards your goal or away from your goal, and only you know that. So it's also important to take time to reevaluate and reflect on your actions and your values and even the rules and the beliefs that you have set for yourself. And are they all in alignment with moving towards your goals and being your best self and creating your highest good? So don't discount the small steps. And with this, as I think there's a huge movement going on right now about not comparing yourself to other people. So remember, your progress is your progress. And if you start comparing yourself to other people, it can definitely derail you. And comparing yourself to other people in their story and their progress, because you really, most likely, you don't have all the details. You only have what you see. So if you're comparing yourself to other people and feeling like they're doing so much better than you are, then that could be something that is taking you away from your goal. And that would be something I would highly encourage you to stop doing. part of being in the present moment is accepting and appreciating where you are. So whether it's in a yoga pose or in something you're challenging yourself to do to move towards your goal, it is something that just appreciate where you are in this moment and continue just taking in your breaths and moving forward. Because where you are is awesome and it matters. And if someone seems as though they're a little bit more flexible or a little bit more successful, or they've got their stuff together a little bit more than you do in the areas and the ways you want to do, instead of thinking about how you're lacking, send them good vibes. Even in your mind, congratulate them and feel happy for the accomplishments and the successes that they have. And then reflect on yourself and feel happy about the accomplishments and the successes you have and where you are right now in this moment. And just continue to feed yourself with love and support and encouragement. And if you need to, have that realistic conversation of, what? I didn't do what I said I would do today. So tomorrow, what can I do to make sure I follow through? That's fine too. Just don't get in the trap of criticizing yourself and cutting yourself down, because it's not really helpful. So instead, you can look at it and say, okay, what could have I done better in this situation? Okay, cool. So now I have a game plan for when this happens again, that I can stick to my plan and stick to my step of moving forward. So as a recap, small steps definitely matter. Celebrate them. Be present in the moment of where you are and feel good about it. Release the urge to compare yourself to others. And when you do, send those people positive vibes and wish them happiness and continued success. And if you need to give yourself a pep talk and evaluate where something went wrong, that's fine, as long as you do it productively and supportively. You can make a difference in your life and those around you. Remember, we operate in a system. What happens to us affects those around us. So what we do has a ripple effect. So I encourage you to be kind and to stay beautiful and have a phenomenal day. Know that you are worth it and you are enough. Your soul is unique and beautiful. As always, you can connect with me at beautifullychanged.com or on Instagram at beautifullychanged. If you have a question or an issue you'd like me to address, please go ahead and DM me and I will go ahead and do that. Okay, I will talk to you later. Bye.